Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name's Judy Lee and you can find out more about what I do in the description box below. So we're here to do the energy reading for the week ahead, just to see what you need to focus on and any other messages that come through. So just in terms of what's happening maybe cosmically and things like that, we have the solstice on the Monday, so this is just a period depending on whether you're in the northern or the southern hemisphere. But if you're in the northern hemisphere, then you'll be experiencing the summer solstice. So it's a good time, well, in terms of the solstice, it's a good time for reflection in general, whether you are in the north or the southern hemisphere. But if you're in the northern hemisphere, then your energy is more outwards, so you're more likely to be it's almost like everything that would have spent in the colder months in the prior 6 months going through is now having the opportunity to be seen and to have that sort of shown externally. And so enjoy that energy and that that brightness, and reap the rewards of what you would have internalized during the winter months. And if you're in the southern hemisphere, then you're going through that internal period, because during the winter it's time to become more internal and to really think about to review what you've done over the past few months, but then also to feel into where it is that you want to go, so that when the summer comes around you get to externalize that. So that's something that's happening or being marked on the Monday, on the 21st of June. And then I think it's the 22nd we come out of Mercury retrograde. And so that means you've got about 3 weeks actually post Mercury retrograde where the energies, well, where we see the planet Mercury from the planet Earth, we can see the planet start to move forward. And so we'll start to see, I don't know if you've noticed it yourself in terms of Mercury retrograde, but I've certainly felt a slowing down of activity and taking time to reflect and go over all the, we call it the reflect, redo, or what else, maybe reinvent, I don't know, just all those things have been given a chance to sort of go through during the Mercury retrograde. And so when things start to, when Mercury goes direct again, it's when all the energies start to shift again, and all the projects that you've had time to sort of consider over this period of slowing down can start to come into form again. So that's something else that you might start to feel, that because I did feel a definite slowdown, and it'll be interesting to see how things speed up again. So you can just be aware of that. And I think that's about it for now in terms of that, the cosmic stuff. We'll see what else comes up though. And so I'm just going to shuffle the tarot as per normal and see what the messages are for this week ahead. Messages. Yes. Okay, so we've got quite a lot of cards come out. So let's see what they're saying. I'll provide a picture at the end as normal so you can see what I'm referring to. So at the bottom of the deck we've got the Queen of Cups, and so the Queen of Cups is someone who's very intuitive, in tune with their emotions. And when we've got that at the bottom of the deck, it's kind of like the theme for the week. So we'll see what else comes up, but there's something about being comfortable, allowing yourself to feel, and tune into that part of yourself that is intuitive as well. Okay, so let's see what else there is. So we had the Ace of Wands come up. So this is a new beginning in action. So taking some new steps forward, which is interesting really, because we just talked about the solstice and then also Mercury going direct. So this is when we can probably start to feel the energy shift again, and probably in the northern hemisphere you will feel that that solstice feeling more, because you're in the summer and there's that energy, that active energy. But no matter where we are, I'm sure that you'll start to feel the effects of Mercury going direct and things starting to move forward again and to sort of start to flow. So it's about if you felt things have slowed down, you've not really been sure where or how to act, I think this week you'll start to see that come through, start to get clearer about what you need to do and to start taking those steps forward. And then these two cards came out together, and so we've got the Eight of Cups, which is walking away from a situation, and so it's almost like walking away, but the moonlight is still shining, so it feels like moving towards something better, moving from a situation that's no longer working and moving towards something better. And then at the same time you've got the Seven of Pentacles, which is reflecting on what you've done. And so just sort of seeing those cards together, it's almost like reflecting on where you've gone, what how much you've done, and where you are now allows you to move forward in some way and move away from it almost allows you to see what's no longer working for you and to move away from those things, because almost like it's time, those things no longer serve you and it's time to move forward. And then these three cards came out together. So just go through them one by one. We've got the Six of Pentacles, which is it's almost about balancing things out. So you've got those two people there who kind of poor, then you've got someone who has more money and he's giving to those people who are probably homeless or aren't able to support themselves. And so it's almost like a balancing out is happening in this situation. And then it's also, you've got the Seven of Wands there, which is fighting, like feeling like you're having to fight and move your way through. And so this might be something that you're feeling as well. I'm going to bring them together, bring all the cards together. But it's almost like, don't allow yourself to get caught up in fighting against something. And it's an experience that I had recently. It's almost like our old thoughts and beliefs and just old patterns, they create a lot of like conflict in our lives, because generally it's our perspective that influences how we see life. And if we have those old beliefs that no longer serve us, then they create more conflict within us and as a result outside of us as well. So it's almost being aware of linking those two together, almost like, where is there an imbalance in your life? What needs balancing? Where are the struggles that are happening in your life? And how are you contributing to those in terms of your thoughts and your old belief patterns? Because you don't need those, because you know, the ten of Pentacles is, you know, having it all. You know, you've got family, you've got the money, you've got all those type of things. It's almost saying, you know, let go of those old things, those old struggles, because they're stopping you, or they will stop you from having it all. And it's just because, you know, your perspective probably just needs to change. Things that you used to believe, or, you know, got taught, they don't serve you. So I'll just bring the message together. So what I'm, you know, seeing is, you know, if you remember the Ace of Pentacles, it's about a new beginning now, and things that have felt stuck before, it's time to start getting things moving again. And it's about reflecting on those things that no longer work for you. You know, reflecting on what has worked well, because that's really important. And what I mentioned about the solstice as well, you know, it's an, you know, really good time this week to really reflect on, you know, what's gone well, really appreciate those things, and give credit to yourself for how much you've learned and grown. And then also to look at the things that haven't worked, so that, you know, it's time to walk away from those things because they no longer serve you. You've grown now and you're up for new challenges and growth. And so those old situations, you don't need them anymore. And, you know, it kind of gets clarified again. It's almost like the universe is trying to really send the message through, is that, you know, just look at the areas of your life that are out of balance, that are keeping you in that state of struggle, because you don't need to. They're based on old belief patterns and thoughts that really don't serve you anymore. And, you know, we tend to think, oh, it's the outside world that's causing us trouble, but it's not. It's our inner world, or those things that we tell ourselves that create struggle for us. And so there's just a reiteration of, you don't need that, because, you know, we can have it all. It just means really doing the inner work to let go of those things that really don't serve us anymore. So, you know, it's a great reading really that reiterates what we're going through in terms of, you know, having the solstice and, you know, Mercury going direct again, and so things being able to move forward. And, you know, by taking the time to really reflect on, you know, firstly to what's going well, to really appreciate those things, but also what hasn't gone so well and what needs to be let go of. And generally that's going to be a lot of internal talk, a lot of those, you know, old belief patterns that no longer serve us. So that's the reading for this week ahead. I hope that it makes sense to you. If you have any questions or feedback, comments, please feel free to get in touch with me, and you know, share the video if you think that it will be helpful to others. The more that we can send messages based on love and not fear, then, you know, the more change that we can create in the world. So thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye.